Okay, so this patient relative walked into my consulting room and asked me my name. Asked, okay, so I responded. I told her what my name is, and I was shocked when she asked me whether I'm a qualified doctor. I was like, what do you mean? Qualified doctor? How? Would anybody who's not a qualified doctor be sitting in this place seeing patients? Is it, well, I am in this system sometimes. I said, what do you mean? You mean somebody's not a doctor, is not qualified, and is employed to experiment with people's life? I said, but I have come across. I said, look, this place where I am, I know the history of this place. I can relate very well that none of my predecessors who was here was employed without verified certification. But you know what? What would make somebody make such a statement if not what is going on in Nigeria right now? That some people can go to some way and produce some things and say certification and all that does not mean that everyone is doing it. You don't have to go to any way to find out. Just check my colleagues there, my friends, so they can testify. So, but there's one thing that woman said that bothers me. In our own belief, it is not possible for Nigerians to do the right thing. In fact, according to her statement, every Nigerian is corrupt. But I take exception to what she was saying. Though there are people that are highly corrupt, in fact, corruption is their nature. But I also know that in Nigeria there are good people. I know that there are people that will not, for any reason, do what would spoil their image. So, to have such a wrong notion that every Nigerian is corrupt is very bad. And then she asked me, do you think it's possible for anybody to survive in this country without bribe, especially now things? I said, look, the person that wants to be corrupt choose to do so. It's not because of the situation in the country. Say, okay, suppose you are working in the ministry and you are signing budget, what billions of naira, would you be signing without collecting your share? I say, for what? For what? Say, would you be surviving with 100,000 naira per month with your family, your wife, your children, and other dependents? I said, why not? If that is how much government is paying me, that is good. I don't have to collect a kickback. I don't have to collect bribe to survive. I live a life of contentment. Whatever I am being paid, that's my money. That's what I've worked for. He said, no way. No way. Somebody's receiving billions and you are just signing the budget. You know they might have inflated the contract and you are telling me that you will not collect some money. He said, look, ma'am, if that is what you care, that's for you. As for me, what is what doing is what doing well. I should not and I cannot do that. Although I understand that some Nigerians do not see anything wrong with corruption. They believe strongly that the only way to make it in life is to steal, is to embezzle public funds. That is why somebody can say somewhere in America that forgery is Nigerian thing. Please, it's not every Nigerian. It's not every Nigerian that forges certificates. I would not have to defend myself, okay? Anybody that wants to see can go to my university and ask. Of course, there's no issue. There's no issue about that. There are no issues about that. So the woman was just ignorant. Maybe she herself, she has very wrong things, impression. Maybe she's one of them. I remember I went to the court. I went to the court to do some papers because I could not produce utility bill because I am living in a free apartment. So I don't have separate utility. And at that time we did not even have we generated our power and everything. So there was no utility bill. So I went to the court to swear an affidavit that I live at the designated address. Do you know what happened? When I got there, the young man that I met said that I should pay 2,000 naira. I said, for what? He said, I will give the secretary of the court, and then I will give the typist, and then I will take my own. I said, for what? For what reason? So you are working, government is paying you, I'm also giving you money. What is the essence of your salary? Are you not employed to work here? I'm not giving you one kobo. Because I know for me to have my whatever court document stamped is just 200 naira. That is what you are going to stamp. Okay, so now you want me to come and pay you 2,000 so that you can go and give the secretary of the court to sign my papers, to sign my documents. No, I'm not doing that. I left him. I went to the bank. I said, okay, this is how much I want to pay for court document. And I paid 200 naira. I went back to them. I said, look, I have made the payment. The man would not answer you. Then I said, look, if the man does not answer me, then I will let him know that he is sitting on a seat that is as a public servant that is doing the wrong thing. Nothing will happen. But you know what? When eventually the document was submitted to me, the man did not ask me for anything. So it might not even be these people. The people at the gate. Go to any court premises and see what will happen. You see some people that will not even allow you to enter. They will say, come, I will direct you. Come. The court is one of the most corrupt places I've seen in Nigeria. The court environment. The court environment. Just go to any court premises and see what will happen. Especially in Akwa Ibom State. Go there. Go and see what will happen. It may not be the same thing elsewhere because I went to do notarized copies in Kogi State. The woman told me, the secretary of the court told me, look, this thing is 10 naira. So if either you go to the bank and pay 10 naira or you give us 110 naira. 100 naira being transport that will be given to the person that will pay to the bank to pay this 10 naira. So which one do you want to do? So I had to pay 110 naira. and my document was stamped 10 naira, and that was transparent. But in my state, man, just walk into any place, any, especially Federal High Court. I've been there a number of times, so this is not a mere allegation. I've been there. You see one man, that man, I used to, since the time my brother first took me to do my age this thing, because I did not have birth certificate. My brother took me to do this thing for me. I think 1998. I looked at the paper and I saw, I think it was either 20 naira. I said, bro, this is 20 naira. My brother said, don't mind them. You know how much I've paid? It's not 50 naira. It wasn't even up to 50 naira. So I think it was either 10 naira or so. It wasn't up to 50 naira. But they collected so much money from my brother. So much money. You always see one man's, it's like a gate man. The man will not even allow you to go inside. He won't allow you. You say, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You say, I want to do, okay, come. We start writing something on some pieces of papers, some 30 pieces of papers. At the end, it will be the one that will carry your paper to inside so that it could be stamped. And when it comes out, they say, how much? You say, it's 5,000, 10,000. I say, for what now? The receipt is showing 20 naira. Why are you collecting 5,000? They say, that is what it is. The secretary, the typist. Am I the one that's supposed to be paying the secretary and the typist? So this is very bad. Nigerians, political office holders, you should do the right thing. It is embarrassing that Nigerians are seen as forgers of certificate. I've never forged mine, and I will never do it. What I do not have, I don't parade. If you don't have something, don't bring Nigerians into whatever thing that you are doing. If you don't have, you don't have. So stop deceiving yourself. Stop making the whole world see Nigerians as forgers. Because it is not every Nigerian that is a forger. I don't mention any name. I'm just saying what happened in my office when someone came and said, are you a qualified doctor? I say, if I'm not, why would I be here? I don't know if there are some clinics that employ fake doctors or doctors that do not have certification, but where I am, such things never happen, because my employer would have to go through your records and cross-check and do a thorough check and confirm that what you are submitting is real, is not fake, it's not from diploma makers, it's not some things that you downloaded online and fill and then submit it. And if you could do that and then you escape, then it will show. By the time you start treating patients, they will know, and then suspicion would be raised, and of course you can't stay. So that was what happened. Now it is everywhere. Nigerians are, in quotes, forgers, but that's not true. I know many Nigerians, many of my colleagues, all of them, I've never seen anybody who is practicing that is using fake certificate. Every one of my colleagues that is practicing home and abroad, all of them are qualified medical doctors. So if there is anybody that is using fake certificate, and of course some people can have access to our certificate, our license, and use it and do some stuff, They are not good. Some years back, somebody was caught in the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital. We learned that the person was trying to submit something. It was there in the news. I'm not making this up. But then he did not have a hiding place because he was quickly apprehended and handed over to the appropriate. But one thing that worries me is that in Nigeria, it's like we're having two kinds of laws. Okay, the law is not the same. The law is made for the less privileged. Okay, because if you are strong and mighty in the society, you can do anything. You can forge your certificate and present it and do anything that you want to do with it, and nobody will say a thing. Even if you are caught and taken to the courts of law, the court will even excuse you. They say you did not do it deliberately, or it's not even required. But if you are one secondary school girl that road jam and scored some marks that you were not very comfortable, and then you went and up your marks by whatever means, then EFCC, IPCP, DSS, the police, the military, and everyone, it will be a topic of discussion on national television and radio. The subject of discussion even at the National Assembly. You will be banned from taking JAMB for 3 years. But if you are one politician that have gone somewhere, maybe inside your bedroom, you produce your own certificate and you present it, nobody should talk about it. You are the untouchable. You know what my people say? In my language, it is only the king that should fast. Meow. Literally, it is only the king. The king is authorized to fast. If you are not the king, you should not fast. The small girl was not the king, so she had no right. The law had to take its course immediately. But when it is the king, no problem. King, you can do as you like. King, you can fast as you like. You are the king. So we have two laws. One law for the rich and the other one for the poor. This is Nigeria. That is why some people outside the country would not take us serious. That's why somebody somewhere can say that Nigerians are forgers. Please, it is not every Nigerian that is a forger. But some people are forging. Some people are parading forged documents and running for political offices. And nothing happens because they are the kings and they can fast as they like. So, what lessons to be learned by the upcoming generations? My advice is, even if we have some bad examples in the society, it is not right for anybody to forge any document. It is not wrong to collect bribe. It is not wrong, it is wrong, it is wrong to collect bribe. It is not right to collect bribe. And it is not right to issue out false medical reports. The woman was telling me, if I'm a public servant, I would be collecting some money to sign. I said, no, I can't do that. Many times I have been approached for some things that I know. I said, no, even if you give me money I've never seen in my life, I cannot do it. If you were not here, I cannot give you certification. You were not here. No amount of pleading, no amount of cries, no amount of anything can make you issue anybody with certificate that I know is fake. One day, one man brought his child and said, "Doctor, you know, the school fee is 500,000. I could not raise the money. So now I've raised the money. The school said that I should look for medical certification, medical report, and bring to the school that my son would not be allowed to, if there is no medical report, that maybe something happened." I said, "How much is the school fee?" He said, 500,000. I've been able to raise it now. I said, "Sir, I'm very sorry. Your son is not sick. And he was not sick. I did not see your son, so I cannot issue you with." And the man was very angry. He said, "Hey, yeah." He said, meanwhile, he said, "Pastor." I said, "Sir, I'm very sorry. So I'm very sorry. I don't hate your son. I don't want him to lose that admission. But I am not going to issue him with any medical report because he had no time, was admitted here. You want me to do the wrong thing so that tomorrow you say, 'Oh, go to that place. There is one doctor that always give.'" No, we don't do it. Please, don't come to my clinic. Don't walk in here and request anything that is fake. We will not give you. As far as I'm concerned, we are not giving a false medical report. We don't do it. Doctor here will never do it. I will never do it. It is not done. In my own clinic, that is not done. So, when some people are doing some wrong things and some people go away with it or go scot-free, it doesn't mean that it is right. Where some people who are holding public offices are doing some things, forging documents, doesn't mean that every Nigerian should do it. No matter how lucky somebody may be and escape it, there is always a reward for whatever thing that we do, whether good or bad. So, stay safe, stay away from infection of forgery of certificate. Stay away from anything that will further erode or erode the reputation of Nigeria as a country. Nigeria is our only country. This is where we call home. So we have to do everything that is right to make sure we have good image both home and abroad. And anybody that is spoiling the image of Nigeria will never go scot-free. Whether that person is a king and he can fart, let him continue to fart. Like one day, for giving us bad names, that fart will go with him, not with us. Okay, so don't try to do things that will make every other person believe what he said about Nigeria is true. There are so many colleagues of mine overseas who are doing well, and they are very, very cerebral, intelligent, hardworking. Never did they cheat in medical school. Okay? And of course, the medical school that I attended, man, if you graduated from that medical school, you can withstand stress anywhere in the world. No two individuals, no two students wrote the same exams in our year one. Mathematics, everybody wrote different exams, mix up everything in year one. So if you pass through the school that I went through and you are a doctor today, you are a great man wherever you are. Whether you practice in the public sector, you practice in private, practice home and abroad or abroad, wherever you are, Be proud of yourself because you knew what you passed through. You knew what you went through to become a doctor. So you are a great man, whether you have money or not. Me, I'm proud of myself. I'm very confident about myself. Nobody can say, hey, that guy cheated when he was medical school. Nobody can say. None of my colleagues, nobody can say that. Because I was confident about what I was doing. If I have a pass mark, 50, that's okay. If I fail honorably. Instead of involving myself with cheating and all that, no, that had never and will never be part of me.